Creativity and Educational Futures, Reflective Portfolio. This portfolio is a reflection on my own professional development within the Creativity and Education Futures module of my MA in Education and my professional progress teaching dance and drama outside of the UK. Children must be given the opportunity to best explore and develop the necessary skills that will allow them to thrive, not just survive in the unknown possibilities of the future. I have been investigating where wise humanising creativity and aspects of possibility thinking meets educational futures through the exploration of Craft's progressive perspective on education, using the 4 Ps within my own professional practice. What is creativity for me? Some key words that stand out for me here are innovation, what if, the endless possibilities, risk-taking, exploration, imagination, and go. At the beginning of the module, I explained that for me, creativity involves many diverse characteristics, such as expression, collaboration, and inquiry. Many of my thoughts centred around the arts because that is my particular background and passion. However, it is important to note that creativity is not defined by the arts. Ken Robinson puts it very clearly when he talks about 4 specific myths about creativity. One is that only special people are creative. Another is that creativity is only about the arts. A third is that creativity cannot be taught. And a fourth is that it's all to do with an uninhibited self-expression. The future seems uncertain for populations globally, socially, economically, and digitally. Therefore, I mostly agree with an alternative futures way of thinking according to the 6 foundational concepts, as for me, this is where creativity comes into play. I believe if we create and focus upon a variety of alternatives, we can better prepare for the future. When looking at probable, possible, and preferable futures against curriculum, capabilities, and processes relevant to 21st century learning in my own context, this particular layout helped to mark out just how far we have to go in my own department and working environment, but also in the subject globally, as it lacks a lot of support in many areas, and I feel, and research suggests, a special contribution can be made by the arts to the development of educational futures, as the many skills practiced and developed in performing arts subjects are paramount to the 21st century learning. I believe that wise, humanising creativity and possibility thinking both address challenges such as the marketisation of creativity, the disconnection between an increasing focus of performativity over creativity, and a greater sense of childhood empowerment. Chappell and others claim education needs to be infused with 5 main aspects. These are greater creativity, communality, humanity, empowerment, and negotiation. Yet it seems so obvious in a way that children should have the right to feel empowered and learn to take part in negotiating, to belong as part of a community. So why is this not necessarily the case in so many schools? The development of wise, humanising creativity and possibility thinking is affected by 3 main aspects of change. The first is identified as technological. I will mention later under digital challenges in my practice how important this aspect has been for me. Economically, there is very little financial assistance to resource materials for dance and drama. In my setting, we do not have appropriate facilities. The floor to our hall is damaged, concrete floor, far from suitable for dance, too costly to install sprung flooring with wall-mounted mirrors or bars, or to relocate to a new dance and drama studio. There are many social restrictions due to working in a country and a school where 21st century learning is not quite prevalent enough. All three of these aspects of change resonated with me when I reflect on my situation. A greater connection can be made between creativity and educational futures through the use of possibility thinking, from what is to what if. The everyday classroom learning is described as what is, and when the dramatic element is added, the imaginary what if is introduced. So, through drama for learning, the dramatic world of if transpires within the everyday classroom world of is, and therefore these two concepts link together throughout the dramatic approach to teaching and learning. Little c creativity is the type of creativity we use daily, which I believe relies heavily on the ability to problem solve. Big C creativity has been defined by Sawyer 2006 to involve only solutions to extremely difficult problems or significant works of genius. Little c creativity, however, includes activities that people engage in every day, such as changing a cooking recipe or avoiding a traffic jam. Possibility thinking can flourish through many curricular subjects. However, looking particularly at drama as an example, as it already closely echoes and nurtures many of the elements mentioned in this creative educational approach. Previous to learning about possibility thinking, I feel there were many elements within my drama teaching practice I naturally included, such as question posing and responding, the use of dialogue and playfulness in being imaginative through improvisational exercises. Risk taking has always been encouraged in order to receive maximum benefit from the drama process, to celebrate a failure, support each other, and move on together. After learning more intently about the ways in which possibility thinking can be used across the curriculum, I've noticed how I am also starting to bring the remaining elements of the framework into my daily teaching practice. Craft and Chapel reveal that teaching for possibility thinking involves an inclusive learning environment in which children's experiences and ideas are highly valued. Like democratic creativity, humanizing creativity provides the opportunity to accept differences and to allow an active voice. Chapel 2012 states four key characteristics regarding partnership and identity within dance and wise humanizing creativity. These are students as partners, multiple shifting identities, multiple leadership positioning, and inclusive leadership. I gave each of these as a title, a stimulus for movement to four groups within a dance lesson, and asked them to map out examples of how this could be demonstrated in real life and through dance performance, either abstract or as a narrative. The group that had students as partners choreographed an emotive piece about listening, responding, and caring for one another equally in a teacher student relationship. Multiple Shifting Identities group was developed with a thriller concept and theme. Multiple Leadership Positioning group performed an abstract dance with an excellent use of pattern, canon, mirroring, unison, level, and space. Then the final group with Inclusive Leadership developed a Friends theme built on support and trust foundations, including elements of physical theatre. I have been eager to investigate Craft 2012's 4Ps theory and experiment within my teaching practice to engage with each element further, as I feel it covers a wide spectrum of creativity for educational futures, particularly with young 21st century learners growing up in a digital age. I have therefore been looking at how it can be incorporated into my dance and drama lessons, briefly examining identity, inquiry, and aspects which I feel are crucial foundations to every dance and drama lessons, playful engagement, and active participation. Craft's progressive outlook regarding childhood in the digital revolution has been understood and recognised during my reflection on my own teaching practice, with students becoming more empowered by technology and more exposed than before. I have explored the use of digital technology to introduce a reflective process for drama students to blog and created an online space for dance students to share videos, web links, and participate in dialogue. Exposure in this case has been positive due to posting videos as a show reel of their skills, developments, and their final work. This also serves as a platform for peer feedback, self-assessment, and they can comment and like on each other's posts. Pluralities within drama offers a platform for accepting or adapting to new perspective and imaginative outlooks through means of engaging with others' ideas and co-constructing and exploring unusual spaces. Possibility thinking overlaps somewhat with the 4Ps approach and even further into the realm of drama due to the encouragement of play and living, acting and responding in a new world, acting as if, and asking and experimenting with what if thinking. Within my drama practice, I feel I've developed these particular skills within improvisation, hot seating, and teacher in role. Students found that the more they committed to the imaginary, the more successful and convincing they were. In a digital age, this can be practiced further through the use of gaming, entering a new kingdom, wearing a new identity, acting as though it can never reflect on the real you. This element of Craft's 4Ps, combined with wise, humanizing creativity and possibility thinking, is effectively demonstrated and observed from foundation stage, both in and outside of education, right through to adulthood. Participation is becoming easier due to a plethora of opportunities and alternatives. Social media is offering a platform for a voice to be heard and thoughts easily shared through connectivity anytime or place. After putting into practice many of my new experiences with the 4Ps, wise, humanizing creativity and possibility thinking, through both drama activities and dance projects, I've discovered that I agree with Kraft, who explains that participation, the final of the 4Ps, is essentially the housing for this framework. It connects and hosts each of the other elements, offering the potential for children and young people to make things happen, make their voices heard and their ideas visible. As a result from this portfolio, I have come to realise I face many digital challenges within my working environment due to teaching on a small island developing state. Internet and technological devices are not as advanced in comparison to the UK, for example, nor does my school or department have the financial capacity to resource such materials. I have stated previously dance and drama heavily rely on practical participation, and I've begun to explore a variety of options and alternatives to how technology can be best utilised in the subject. These can be defined into two strands. One is technology for practical engagement, and the other for responding, to include reflecting, discussion, and feedback. For practical use, lighting, music, and projected images, videos, or presentations. For theory, I have recently introduced blogging as a main source of reflection and the use of educational apps such as Padlet, EduClipper, and GarageBand. Through significant use of Google Classroom as our main app used within the school, students are encouraged to post reflections from class activities, answer posing questions from teachers and other students, see announcements and reminders easily, and submit assignment documents of which they can receive detailed commentated work back and assessment grades. Within my subjects, I upload videos and share materials in the hope to engage students before and during topics. They can then use any site they prefer to engage with the material and post reflectively in a dialogic space. I have come to recognise many of the issues and debates concerning creativity for educational futures. I have come to further understand my own role as a dance and drama teacher and feel as though I am constantly applying what I am learning to the workplace and putting it into further practice and continued development.